Hey guys, welcome to the Swarm Report. My name's Hudah, bringing you around the crypto AI ecosystem in under 30 minutes. We might have a special co-host today, just a heads up. Our friend Confusion, he might be joining us. And look, I got the days a little mixed up yesterday. I think on a regular basis, we're going to have Confusion joining us on Wednesdays. And that would have been yesterday. Completely lost track of the date. And so that was my bad, Confusion. I'm sorry. He might make it here today. I certainly hope so. I always look forward to his insight. So be on the lookout. He may just pop into the show at any point here. Yeah, looking forward to it if he does. Guys, smash the like on the show and share it and drop some comments in the videos too. It helps a ton. Whether you're watching on Abstract or if you're watching on X, or right on YouTube. And guys, if you can't make the live shows, just know that every show is going to be there for you over on YouTube. So again, SlamX Official over here. You can always catch the replays. That might be the afternoon show, maybe the morning crypto show as well. So make sure you subscribe over there, especially SlamX Official. Also follow SlamAI_XYZ on X. That's to follow the whole SlamAI ecosystem. We're talking blockchain agent launchpad, a whole lot going on over there. Including that big announcement yesterday, guys, partnering with Canum Ventures. These guys, it's portfolio management, it's alpha, it's insights managed by AI, and now CryptoSlam data is going to be powering that through SlamAI, SlamAgent. Really, really cool stuff in the works over there. Other people will connect to our data via this agent, the Swarm, the flagship agent of the SlamAI ecosystem. You definitely want to be following. Well, that guy or girl, I don't know. Everybody's got their own interpretation of what the Swarm is. I thought it was a girl. I was told I was wrong. But anyway, that's the Swarm_AI. Again, other agents will talk to the Swarm via swarms. They'll get their insights there. 250 plus terabytes of blockchain data. You want to see a smart agent? Well, it's that right there. Others, smart by proximity there. Pretty cool stuff. Again, with Canum, got a really awesome spaces lined up here tomorrow. I'm excited about this. So again, Canum Ventures and CryptoSlam collaborative spaces. That's tomorrow. I think that's 11:30 a.m. Eastern time. So man, bookmark that tweet. I'll drop it in the chat. You should definitely tune in and hear what it is that we all have cooking here together. Drop that in the chat here. Christian, I see you, and Homer. Great to see you. Hang on over on Abstract. Cat's over on Abstract. Great seeing you, man, and Player. Great seeing everybody on all these different platforms here. This will be a great spaces. Again, make sure you tune in. Randy, founder of CryptoSlam, will be there. I'll be there either on the CryptoSlam account or on my own personal account. And then Caleb Soul. This I know this guy is a degen meme coin trader, but also into this AI stuff as well. So Caleb is going to be there as well. It should be a really, really good time talking about everything happening in AI, but specifically this partnership here and how important data is. Man, exciting stuff. Homer, are you rich yet? Well, I know you're rich in more ways than just, that way. But, yeah, we'll see. Our announcement's still coming, by the way. I know a lot of people looking forward to the SlamAI and specifically the Swarm announcement. Still coming. Man, our guy made it. Hang on, let me get Confusion up here. Okay, give us a second just to get this situated. Okay. There we go. Hey, good morning, man. GMs, how are you?
Hey, good morning, Huda. How you doing?
I'm great. How are you? It's great to have you here.
Yeah, likewise. Sorry I'm a bit late. I was trying to mint something and then I didn't realize the time.
What are
So,
you minting? What's going on?
Hypers. It's a mint on Hyperliquid.
Okay. Man, it's hot over there.
Yeah, the site crashed. It was public and it was just impossible to mint.
Do they have is there like an AI anything going on Hyperliquid?
Yeah, there's some AI tokens. I think it's called Farm is the main one, but I haven't looked into it much. But it's doing
Okay.
well. Yeah.
At some point I want to do like a breakdown by chain. You know what I mean? Just to give people an idea of what lives in what ecosystem. Like Cookie.fun kind of does that. I don't think they have anything Hyperliquid yet, but it'd be fun to just break down who's got what. And it's almost in a way team against team. But I'd love to do that. That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah, for sure. If you ever want to do a Hyperliquid one, let me know because that's the most interesting one to me.
Yeah, all right. Well, we'll pencil it in somewhere. It definitely will happen. All right, I'm going to kick off the show here with I guess some AI stories that are not very crypto focused, but we do it all here, guys. I want everybody to stay plugged into, kind of the broader ecosystem here. Rumors were flying, and this started yesterday, but especially this morning here, that the latest iteration of ChatGPT is coming out. It's ChatGPT 4.5. And so some people are looking in the source code on the web version of ChatGPT. Other people saw it in like maybe on the Google app. Or like some Android version of it. And again, it was pretty darn clear that it was coming. In fact, I think some people even had a prompt. Yeah, there we go. Some people actually had a prompt to go ahead and start trying it out. So it was obvious it was happening. And then OpenAI tweeted out this was the biggest tell, live stream in 4.5 hours. So yeah, ChatGPT 4.5. Look, it might actually be live right now, but if it's not at the time of that tweet, it might be live in the next like 30 minutes to an hour here. So should be interesting. It does something that I think it's the next logical step for these LLMs, which is they have more memory, but like deeper thinking and more like layered thinking. So the example that we're looking at here is, look, you ask it a question and you expect to get an answer, which you do, but then it continues to think based on the answer it gave, and it reanalyzes that and actually goes and thinks if there's more information, more context, again, based off of what it retrieved and told you. And it does that multiple times. So it's just this continuous, kind of reevaluating of what it told you. You would imagine deeper insights there. Do you use ChatGPT, Confusion? Or do you use AI regularly?
Yeah, so I use ChatGPT all the time in my job, for research and for like Excel formulas and anything really, just for inspiration, ideas, yeah, everything. So good.
I always tell people too, and I'll like even right now I'll say it. If you don't use it, you should, because I use myself always as an example. I knew of ChatGPT. I thought it sounded cool. I also thought it was just like a search, like a better search, and I didn't think anything more of that. And so I would use it like a search engine, which is fine. Except that months ago it didn't really have live data, so it wasn't great for that. But I would still use it like a search engine. And then I forced myself to use it like for everything. It started with just, like one day, I'm like, everything you do, because I keep hearing it's like an assistant, like everything you do today, tell it what you're doing and ask it if it can help you. And it was that moment where it really unlocked for me, right? Where I'm like, it can actually tell me things about what I'm doing that either are shortcutting what I'm doing or it just helps me, like I'm more knowledgeable about what I'm doing. And it's kind of that simple. That's what I encourage people to do is if you don't use it like that. Take one day and use it as much as possible. And just so it's not tedious where you type into it all day, just click the microphone thing. You can literally have a conversation with it. You know what I mean? You can just keep the mic on and just throughout the day be like, hey, I'm going to, this meeting I had scheduled and we're going to talk about this and this. And, the thing that's wild is, and maybe this is scary, but it remembers it too. So like you talk to it the next day or a week from then, it remembers back to when you did the thing and you told it about it. Like it references stuff and it really starts unlocking then. It's pretty wild, man. I'm a fan. It's more than a fan. Like I get it. I get it's like, I mean, it's going to reshape what we do. It is.
Yeah, the amount of jobs it's gonna take over or like change is crazy.
You know what's funny about that? What's his name? What's our JD Vance? I couldn't remember our vice president's name. JD Vance, when he was speaking at that summit in Paris a few weeks back, I can't remember the Action Summit, something like that. And he was saying, I think he was trying to reassure people. He's like, it's not going to replace jobs. It's not. It's it's going to make everything better, but it's not going to replace jobs. I'm like, this guy, he's lying right to people. It's going to replace jobs. It's going to replace a lot of jobs. It's that good. And then when we see like the automation that's happening with it, even yesterday we showed Claude AI is playing Pokemon, and the fact that it can read the screen and it's now adjusting and getting better, and that it can see what's happening on the screen and actually maneuver it. I'm like, obviously it's going to replace jobs when it can read your screen and ultimately do your job for you because it knows, I guess, the rules of your job, and it can read what's happening on your screen. Game over. Jobs going bye-bye. A lot of them.
For real.
We'll get to the market here in a quick second. I'm actually excited because market's looking pretty okay. Hey, 11:11. Well, for someone it is. Happy 11/11 to you, Mr. DGas. Um, hey, Microsoft's Copilot, which is their AI, it's their LLM. I don't think that's an agent, but just a heads up, that's now live on Mac OS. I always think that's fun seeing Microsoft stuff over there. I thought that was neat. Also, a little Grok update. This isn't technically new, but as of at least for today is when I noticed it, the Grok logo on X got that redesign. So that logo's been floating out there a bit, but officially in the X app, that redesigned logo's right there. I think it's good looking. And final point on Grok. Look, did you know there's a standalone Grok app? Confusion. Did you know that?
I didn't.
Yeah, I found this out yesterday, maybe day before, but it was just this week I found it out because people are sharing screenshots. I'm like, that doesn't look like my Grok at all. So it's a standalone app, and it's this is where you can turn on that like chaos mode, or there's another unhinged mode. This is where you can turn on unhinged mode and have a conversation. And if you can see the screen here, you can pick its personality. So you can have like doctor, you can have sexy, unhinged, motivation, argumentative, or was that argumentative or augmented, whichever. Dude, I don't know why or how, but I had mine turned on sexy, and then I was having a conversation with it with my kids in the living room, and it wasn't good. So be careful, be careful. Yeah, standalone app, and it's pretty great, man. Grok is pretty darn great. So
I'm not gonna lie, I need to try that. I haven't even tried the voice thing on ChatGPT
oh,
either, but I heard it's like faster than typing, right?
Oh, dude, it changes it from when like it was tedious for me to use ChatGPT throughout the day, but when I did it, I forced myself to. The voice thing is totally different. I'm not even kidding. I keep it up like a companion sometimes, and just when I'm working, I literally tell her what I'm doing because I know it's also training her. But I keep it up and I tell her what I'm doing, and then we literally have conversations. It's the wildest thing. Yeah, you have to try that.
For sure, yeah. I'll definitely give it a go this weekend.
Can Grok be used offline? I doubt it. But also, I don't know. I might throw it on airplane mode and turn it off Wi-Fi and all that stuff, and we'll see. I'm curious. All right, let's look at the market using Cookie.fun, fantastic platform. And what do you know, guys? We actually got some green in the market today, which is great to see, and actually well into the green. Market cap up to 7.48 billion. It's up almost 20% in the past 24 hours. Tell you what, we needed a little something like that. With as bad as the crypto market's been, yeah, really happy to see that. Now, even better than that, guys. Okay, this part I'm really excited for. Confusion, I think you know from like last week, but I like to go through the three different categories here: agents, infra, and DeFi. And I just go down the top five or so by market cap, and then I combine them together and I look at mind share. And I've been pointing out, for whatever reason, AIXBT is never included on this. I just figure it's a glitch, or they removed it because it would always be on top. But good news is they fixed it. AIXBT is now on the rankings, and I think they fixed it where a few others are on there too. Like I noticed Ket. So the rankings are going to look a little differently, guys, here. So let's check it out. First one, though. Okay, we're going to look at agents here again. This is market cap in a 3-day period. GM, we're going to straight up ignore GM. I don't think that's real. I think, actually, I don't know if you have a quick way of explaining this confusion. It's okay if you don't, but if you've been in meme coins, you've probably looked at tokens that have like some astronomical market cap, and it's not real, right? Have you seen that, right? Do you have any way of explaining how that happens?
Do you mean like a honeypot or something, or a legit kind of token?
No, well, I think it'd be like a scam or honeypot or something like
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
yeah. I'm not sure exactly how it happens. I don't know whether sometimes it's people put crazy liquidity in and then pull it out, but it's like they freeze authority or something, so you can't sell the token.
Hmm.
So it just keeps going up, and then they just once enough people are bought, they drain the whole liquidity. I feel like that's probably one way they do it, because I think the more liquidity you add, it can really impact the market cap. But there's probably other ways to do it as well.
Okay. Yeah, it's just they look obvious when you because like it's a token you've never heard of, and again the market cap is just like it makes you scratch your head. So GM, look, I'm not saying GM is like not legit, but it's showing a 1.3 billion dollar market cap, and when I look at its X account, no engagement, like not a single like on its tweet. So it just like it screams not real. Um, But that said, looking at the real top agents by market cap, like believe it or not, Ket is showing in the lead. Ket's an agent over in the Avalanche ecosystem. And Avalanche is starting to really cook, specifically with meme coins. But I think Ket is a legit agent. That's followed by Fartcoin, Turbo, and then Toshi. You got any experience with Ket?
No, but I have noticed those. Yeah, I've noticed it's doing really well. And in general, I think Avalanche is really coming up, right, with AI. Like, there's a few projects I've been watching that I don't know if you've seen Wolfsdale are doing a token on Avalanche. That's pretty big. And then there's another one called DTR XBT. I think that one is moving to Avalanche. Have you come across that
Oh
one?
wow, not that one. The Wolfsdale thing. Yes, I'm trying to apply today if the site will work. And yeah,
Same.
the other no, I've not heard of it.
So DTR XBT is by Ghost. He's like a pretty big like what do you call like opinion leader, I guess. And yeah, I've been following it. It basically is an agent that makes like trading calls and things. And I think it has a really high hit rate, like 7 out of 10 or something, which is pretty crazy. And I think it's moving from base to Avalanche. And just because the founder thinks Avalanche is the place to be for AI, which, I can see why he thinks that.
Yeah. Well, that's going to be cool. I mean, again, since we're looking at this stuff daily and we're used to looking at base and then Solana, and I know they're on, we talked about it on Near and we got agents on Bitcoin. I mean, it's everywhere, but like we really hadn't ever talked about any on Avalanche. And so given that there's now there's influencers now, big ones that are really starting to ramp up their engagement on Avalanche, it makes sense that we're going to see a big old shift there. So that probably means we're going to have to keep an eye on this here. So on Cookie Fun, they do break down the market caps by chain. And right now, Solana, it doesn't dominate anymore. It's actually almost even Solana to base. But we're probably going to see Avalanche represented here. Right now, 330. Yeah, because Cat's really the only thing right now. But I bet you we keep an eye on that, guys. Especially if we're watching for opportunities. Avalanche is probably the spot.
Yeah. I've even heard the foundation is launching a token, an agent themselves
Oh,
called
wow.
Fred. I think it's called Fred.
Huh.
So that's definitely one to. I don't know too much about it. It's on my list to research, but yeah, definitely we'll look into Fred as well.
Do you guys feel it? Confusion? Do you feel it like there's a little energy in the air with AI? It's like if
Hmm.
there's a flight to quality and people still want to play the best speculative stuff of quality, it's still to me AI. It's still that to me in a big way. To me, there's just going to be some crazy consolidation to this stuff. I don't know, man. I feel a little something.
You can see it too, and even in like Solana and stuff, because there's the strong AIs like Arc. They're not really retracing that much. So, like, if there's any sort of like massive bullish sentiment, you're going to see the strong ones do well. So yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I definitely see it. And also even like there's a in Web 2, there's AI like there's a big AI raise like I think it was yesterday. Who was it? Yeah, CoreWeave. They they raised 4 billion for their IPO. And they raised at a $35 billion valuation.
wow.
So
Who is this?
yeah, CoreWeave. Uh, so they're like a cloud AI kind of startup.
Yeah, I'm searching this off screen. Man, just the growth we're about to see. It's guys, it's like we've been hearing it now for a few months and we saw it kind of, materialize here in crypto, but there's that whole other side outside of crypto and it's big money and it's not a meme. Like it's really happening. It's really happening in a big way. Um I can't seem to find this. I'll look I think afterwards and we can talk about it tomorrow, but yeah, wow, big money being raised out there. It's gonna get silly. It's gonna get silly. I can't wait. All right, let's move to the infrastructure and DeFi virtuals. is your number one infrastructure token. So, guys, if you're used to looking at this list with me, you'd recognize that Virtual hasn't been up here, even though their market cap was top. So, kind of like AIXBT, I think it was a bit of a glitch here. And so that's been fixed. Expect to see them up there probably for a while at least, but followed by AI16Z, ARC, that Confusion just mentioned, VVV, that's Venice, and then Cookie. Cookie making some moves here. That's now on the Coinbase roadmap for a listing. So it's not listed yet, but that's coming. So making some moves there. And then on DeFi, it's Venice on top, followed by Hey Anon. Cortex, I'm not familiar with. So I'll do some digging into that another time. Olas and Griffane. And there's your top five. And then we put them all together here and we go look at Mindshare. And Fartcoin legitimately is beating AIXBT, which is pretty interesting. I just assumed AIXBT would be on top. It's not. Fartcoin on top, AIXBT, there's Ket, Virtual, and then Banker. That's your top five for Mindshare. You know what? Just because there's some agents I'm starting to get attached to here, I'm going to look a little further. Kiki, the art at Christie's. We talked about it on the morning show with Jared this morning. And do we have a Billy Bet sighting? I think not. But we will talk about Billy Bets. Oh, look at Rec Guy at number 15. Love that. It's an NFT, native project that has an agent, which is incredible. Yeah, I love it. I love it. Any thoughts on anything you're seeing there? Otherwise, we'll move to looking at some charts.
Yeah, I'm not surprised AIXBT is dropping a bit because I think it keeps making mistakes. So yeah, I feel like, and also it feels a bit less novel now. Like, so I think I'm not seeing it as much on the timeline, but it still is one of the best agents. But yeah, I think he just needs to improve a little bit and stop making too many mistakes.
Agreed. I'll be totally honest. It's why. Okay, so when we're building the swarm, it's with something like AIXBT in mind, knowing that it doesn't have the right data. It doesn't have all of it, and it doesn't have comprehensive enough data. And I think we all know a lot of what it's saying. It's just taking tweets that are out there, and it's fantastic. It is, but a lot of it's inaccurate. Did you know Virtuals? They announced, I think, just maybe over a week ago, they're building out a swarm ecosystem, and it's to do exactly what we're building it, for, which is to plug agents in so they actually talk to each other and learn from each other. This is just like last week they announced it. Did you happen to see that tweet?
I didn't know.
Okay, I'll see if I can dig it up later too. But that is what they're working towards. Again, this very collaborative AI ecosystem, and it's a swarm on a just massive scale. And so when I look at, actually, it's like when I explain like kind of the purpose of the swarm, it's exactly for that. It's to make something like AIXBT better. He'll be plugged in there when he as a questioner wants to validate data. Maybe it's like in his thought process before he fires off his tweet. It's verifying that data against the swarm. So he's got the tweet already in mind. He's got his data points. He's like, hey, swarm, is this correct? And maybe this gives him an answer and it corrects the data. And then he proceeds with his corrected tweet. But that's what this ecosystem is going to look like. Again, it's on Virtual's timeline last week at some point, but that is a core part of their future, is this, bigger swarm. It's exciting. All right, let's look at, here's AIXBT. Speaking of the devil, market cap 174 mil, up in the past 24 hours. There is a lot of green out there again, which is awesome. Up almost 6%. Confusion. I spot check a few of my favorite tokens, so that's all we're doing here. There's Venice, down 4.2%. Past 24 hours, 128 mil market cap. Fartcoin, 306 mil, down 1.79%. Goat, which, I mean, hey, it's up, but I still can't believe. I can't believe. And if you guys are newer to watching the show, I got him goat at like 7 mil because of this guy right there. Confusion is, he's very, very good at finding that good quality stuff. I'll put his handle up on the screen for you guys at the end, but he's very good at finding very quality stuff and getting it very early. So I always say, again, if you're regular, you hear me say it. If not, this guy's my quant. That's the guy. But Goat, can you believe Goat's at 95 mil?
Yeah, I can, because I think the CT just lost attention because it was the first one, of course, that started the whole thing off. But as we got better agents like AIXBT and stuff, I guess attention shifted away. I did at first think it would maybe people would buy it because it's the first, but then I guess the market didn't see it that way. So I mean, it could come back one day. It depends what the founder, because I know the founder wants to improve it, and he has a roadmap, right? So it's one of those where you can just kind of wait and see what Andy will do with it.
Now that's a really good point. If you're a speculator, this is super interesting because okay, so the founder Andy, I don't recall in the past if he ever said he was looking to build more. Like most of these guys, like think of Cerebro, think of any of these agents. Most of them put out the chatting agent, and then from there they keep iterating. They keep adding more features and growing their like skill set and upgrade, just upgrade after upgrade. And there really hasn't been much for Truth Terminal that I'm aware of. Like I never see anything about Truth Terminal in the news. It's just Fartcoin and Goat are out there. They're meme coins. But like, what if he decides to actually develop it and build out that ecosystem and give them more utility? Like what if in my head, if that were to happen, these explode because they are the OGs. I mean, especially Goat. So Goat with some actual utility and like some like a buff. It could be spicy. Is he talking about that at all?
Yeah, to be honest, I haven't seen him do an update recently, but I will. Yeah, I need to have a look and see if he said much, but it hasn't really come up on my timeline as well recently.
Do
Goat
ever.
and Andy, it used to all the time. That's another good indication of market attention as well, I guess.
Dude, it makes me want to go dig now, and just for the sake of keeping this shorter, we're not. I'm not sticking to the 30 minutes today, guys. Sorry, but I keep having like as we talk about stuff, mental notes to do like maybe certain episodes focused on certain things. Like an episode on Truth Terminal Goat Fartcoin alone, that 30 minutes there would be awesome. So.
Hmm.
We'll come back to that at some point. Last token I like to check on regularly here is Arc. Confusion mentioned Arc before. Great platform. It's a framework. It's a token launchpad on Solana, built with the Rust language in mind, but also expanding to abstract. So I'm watching these guys for sure. It's one of the best tokens out there. Period. Best platforms. And 213 million market cap, just down, well, a little under 4% here. So dude, it's kind of turned into like a stable coin in a way. It's held this level really, really well, and it is a great platform. Okay, we like to also check flows. Is this smart flows? It sure is. Okay, so looking at smart money, who's getting the most net flows? And it's actually in the past 24 hours, Cookie. So the same Cookie that we looked at just a moment ago, as far as I think attention, it was on that top 10 there, with the Coinbase listing coming in the future, but smart money flowing into that, just over 100,000 net flows. So in the positive 100,000. So great to see that. And then our Billy Betts checking. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So no, I was going to say I'm surprised Kaito isn't on there because Kaito is an AI token. Because if Fartcoin's on there, uh, and loads of other AIs, it would make sense to add Kaito as well, no?
Well, that's funny. Yes, and I wonder if it's either I'm going to search it right now because it's even in the name. It's Kaido AI, and it's
Exactly.
like algorithmically, they like an algorithm, AI algorithm powers the thing. So maybe it's no, it's not there. And I wonder the same with Story. And so like yesterday, I pulled up CoinGecko just to show Story Protocol and Kato because they're both performing so well, and they both are AI adjacent, at least to me. So it's a good point, man. Let's see. Do they have Story Protocol? They do not. You know what? And it's got to be so tricky because so many things are going to have AI tied. Like you got to imagine everything will have AI tied in somehow, some way. So it's like, how do you keep it pure just to like the AI tokens? But everything's going to be AI. I don't know. It's tricky. But that's a really good point. Kato is still doing really well and in a way outperforming the whole market. Well, in fact, let's look at CoinGecko, and I bet you if we look at trending, it's going to be there's Kato, actually down, but let's look at this a little deeper. Hyperliquid again. We'll check that out at some point here to look at AI over there. Yeah, Kato pulling back here, down 8% in the past 24 hours, and Story Protocol is where their Story Protocol. So losing a lot of their gains here, but you can see in the past like week, like Story's up 55%, and Kato up 73%. So of course they're going to pull back at some point here. So this is just very natural movement. Man, I really like those platforms, and I like that new one. What the Quack platform? What are they called again?
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah. What is it called? Wall something? Wall chain quacks.
Yes. Yeah, I'm really interested in that. I was chatting with them last night, and conversation just stopped. So I'm going to poke them again. I want to get them on the show, but whatever. It's not AI. We'll skip them for now. Billy Betts. Just heard Bunchy on a Spaces right before we went live. That guy is awesome, really smart bettor. In fact, he's such a good bettor. Like, guys, I'm talking about the dev who built this Billy Betts agent. The Billy Betts agent analyzes and bets on sports right now, like NBA games. Look, he's so good that he can't bet anywhere in New Jersey because he wins too much, which is what brought him to the blockchain. To trade, different kinds of markets. Really cool. Not a great day for Billy Betts yesterday. Wagered a little over $10,000. Daily profit, yikes. He did not win, I don't think, anything. Down 8,500. So daily ROI is negative 81.6%. Now its total ROI is in the negative for the first time, I believe, but down just 1.68%. And Billy Betts' record is now 13-21. I will say, even a loss can be considered a win in a way, guys. Hear me out. In that you're probably going to use the lessons to fine tune the model, make some changes to game plan and whatnot. Yeah, I mean, again, even in losses, and I look at that like crypto too, taking a loss on a trade. Hopefully, I'm learning from it too, and it just makes me better. And just knowing that this team, I think they're going to have that thing dialed in really, really well. But also, even when it's losing, it is buying back tokens. So this is good for holders regardless here. So as of right now, Billy's down just about $2,000. But he's also bought back 855,000 tokens. And I think he burns them too, which is pretty cool. So great to see.
Nice, nice. I definitely need to check that out. That is actually like an interesting use case, Billy. Like sports betting and does it have a good hit rate, did you say?
It did. I mean, until
Oh,
very recently, it was winning almost everything, and this week it's like losses kind of adding up. He even talked about like during I think it was a game yesterday, Pacers. I'm trying to think who it was, Oklahoma versus whoever. I don't watch NBA anymore. But he's like he picked the worst team in the NBA against like the best team in the NBA. And he's like, what's Billy doing? And he ended up being up most of the game. And this is where I've never been on sports. I don't understand, but I guess like at some point during the game, he can like sell his position. So Billy can sell his position and then write out another part of it for free. Again, if that sounds like really stupid, like I don't know what I'm talking about, it's because I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just like parroting what he was saying on Spaces, and I probably got it wrong. But anyway, to some degree, it's like let the thing do what he's doing, and if he fucks it up, just tune him a little bit. But yeah, 13-21 record right now. And even
that's
with that
decent.
losing record, not down much.
Yeah.
Hey, Tracy's another sports agent. I didn't realize was also predicting games, not betting on games, but this is the one with Tristan Thompson, I believe. I think that's it. Like a real NBA, champion at least. I was gonna say like superstar. I don't know if he's superstar, but he made a prediction with the Mavericks Lakers the other day. Got that right. That probably wasn't very hard, but I wonder because this one look. I see this future for these agents like Billy Betts specifically, where they're making predictions, they're analyzing, but also I think when this starts moving into the 3D world, like avatars, I think we're going to see them. I could picture Billy Betts on like, on an actual broadcast instead of like checking in with, somebody at the court or somebody, like some anchor or a special, guest checking in with like Billy Betts. I think that's the future we're heading towards, and a little bit off still, but I don't know. I don't know. It's the crazy world I think's coming.
For real.
AIXBT, more updates from that guy. Actually, good updates. I can't wait to hear your thoughts on this because I think it's really cool. AIXBT has a terminal. You can access it if you hold a very specific balance of AIXBT tokens. And they now have integrated momentum graphs. Specifically, this has to do with, like, I think tweets. So it's measuring momentum with, let's say, a topic, how many people are talking about it on X, and how many specific communities are talking about it, and then just the volume of them. I'll show you this, man. I think I think this is some of the most powerful stuff out there. It reminds me of Cato in a way too, by the way. But I'm going to put this on the screen here. Momentum graphs. How important, dude, is measuring, in a way, hype? How important is measuring hype on X? Here's some of these
Mm.
charts too, by the way. I think it's so wild to see it because, like we live through it. So we feel that momentum, but I bet there's people that just don't understand marketing and they don't understand how like X moves and how fast attention comes and goes. But you see it visually represented, then oh my goodness, maybe all of a sudden you can actually figure out marketing. Like this right here, this is Cato. And it's just like this kind of unrelenting stream that got bigger at TGE, right? But Cato stayed hot and stayed in the conversation as opposed to something like what is this one? This is like Uniswap V4. Maybe not a great example because I didn't hear anybody talking about that. But let's find here. What's this one? I can't tell what that one is either.
So I think the reason why Cato has stayed more relevant is because of Cato, because it's you know how like initially I honestly I wasn't the biggest fan, but I am actually coming around to it because like the way that these KOLs and top accounts are kind of what's it, incentivized to talk about whatever's on the website. Like Cato itself, when the TG happened, it was on Cato, so you could earn yaps for talking about it. I think that helps keep it relevant. And then also the fact that it was one of the first airdrops in a while that actually went up after the initial sell-off as well.
It's a wild thing. We're going back to the days of like, maybe some people would hold and sell 3 days later, right? That was like an old
Mhm.
method for airdrops. And we're kind of getting back to that, but it's like they go so much higher now.
I think though it depends though. Like if the product is good, like Kato, it makes sense. But when we get OpenSea, I would not be thinking you should hold it for 3 days. I could be wrong, right? But
Right.
but I don't expect that one to do so well. So I think it just depends on the product and the founder, to be honest.
Yeah, that's fair. Katz had a question here. How is Billy able to pull out of bets early? You know what I think that is, Katz? Again, without really knowing it, I think it's like picture Polymarket and where prediction market, you buy the shares of one side or the other of a bet, and you could sell it at any point if the bet has got those shares more valuable, something like that, right? I think that's kind of what it is. Um, so, and it's just a guess. Like it makes sense, but also again, I don't trade that stuff. I don't know. Although I think Katz is starting to get into that. So, um, anyway, I think this is a really interesting update for AIXBT in the terminal. I wish I had enough tokens to try it out, but I don't. So anyway, an update for AIXBT Labs specifically. I like it. Again, everybody. I mean, basically, the hottest thing out there right now is attention, and a way to measure it. Yeah, I think it'll matter a lot. Also in the AI XBT world, a partnership with Desk. Desk is a perps trading, I guess, platform for traders and agents. So maybe for agents that are going to trade autonomously, they plug into Desk. And it looks like AI XBT holders are going to get some kind of multiplier on points. Yeah, up to 1.2x on points for trading on Desk. So AI XBT still hot, still something people would love to partner with, still gets a ton of attention. And Desk looks like it's their latest partner. All right, we'll move on. I'm going to try to go through these kind of quick here. Mira announced a partnership with Gigabrain. Guys, I learned so much doing this now. I have heard of Mira. I didn't totally know what it was, though. Like, I didn't really grasp it. Confusion, you familiar with Mira?
Mira, it rings a bell. I can't remember exactly what does it do again?
It's fun, dude. It's funny because like that reaction is my reaction to all of it too. It's like we hear about him, people are talking about him, and then when it comes to having to have a discussion about it, it's like I got to go learn a whole new product platform. This one, like at its simplest form, it's okay. I bet you've talked to ChatGPT before, some AI, and it starts making stuff up, and you kind of correct it. You're like, that's not true. And they call those hallucinations. Mira is a platform that it validates information. It validates AI responses here. That's like a simple way of putting it. So make sure that the information AI is giving is actually reliable, hallucination free, is what they say. And then this new partner, Gigabrain, they're like Insights Alpha. So you can imagine that's probably a pretty nice partnership where Gigabrain's giving you, market research or wherever you're pointing it to. And man, if you're trying to make trades off of market research, but it's telling you just completely made up stuff like hallucinations, you probably need something like Mira. So it's just a partnership that makes a lot of sense here.
Oh,
And
nice.
yeah, Gigabrain I wasn't familiar with at all, so I'm glad to have learned about it. It does make sense. Looks like it's a terminal, and again, you probably point it to whatever topics you want. In fact, let me see here. As I talk about it, I like to kind of get an idea of more of the platform. Jesus, oh man, it's like the Wild West out here in AI. Um,
Yeah. By the way, have you seen Hub XYZ?
yes, only in that it's starting to show up on my timeline, and I heard you talk about it, and I don't know anything about it as far as how to get in and what I should be doing on it.
Yeah, so it's kind of like attention like Kaito and Quacks, but it's basically it asks a question every day on Twitter and you just reply to it with your thoughts, and then it grades your response depending on how much quality it thinks it has, and gives you points. So the barrier to entry is way lower than something like Kaito in a way, because you're going to get points for just doing a reply. But it looks pretty interesting. I'm seeing it get a bit more viral. Like I saw MetaMask reply to it and stuff. I don't know the team behind it or anything much else, but
Huh.
but
They do
yeah,
have an AI
looks
little
interesting.
something. They
It says
that
it's AI. So I'm trying to figure out what's AI about it. So I still haven't figured it out. But
so
yeah, it's AI.
maybe they're building an agent and just as part of their ecosystem, and maybe like Kato, it's like part of the algorithm behind the scenes. The brain is
Mm,
AI, which would make everything is or is gonna be. But yeah, Train Hub AI agent on X. Okay. Um, yeah. Again, I heard you talking about this. Somebody tagged me. Well, you did the other day. Appreciate the nice words, by the way. And somebody tagged me in a reply today. And then I replied back, but I don't think I would get points for just replying if I've not signed up, right?
no, you should definitely sign up. Yeah, if you're going to
Okay.
be replying to them. Yeah.
All right. Then this is alpha for you guys because I am hearing about this all over. I am. And especially if Confusion's talking about it, I know it's something to pay attention to. So, um, hub.xyz, you definitely want to go there, sign up. It doesn't cost anything, and if there's a chance it's rewarding like Cato, you'll probably be glad you did it. So just a heads up, you probably want to check that out.
Yeah, for sure.
And then last point I got for today, all in all, it's actually a quieter day in AI. Market again is looking decent, but news wise, not a ton. Man, this Nvidia Inception program is starting to cook. With look, okay, if it's Nvidia, I don't know why, but I'm expecting non crypto projects for no reason. I don't know why I think that, but we now have like 3 or 4 crypto projects accepted into this just in the past week or so. Kindred AI, who I think they were accepted a couple weeks back. Who was it yesterday? Oh, Rift. We talked about Rift yesterday, who is in the NVIDIA Inception program. Now FXN. Like these guys, I think they are coming on this show next week, by the way, guys. So we'll do an interview with them. Great people, great team. Yeah, also in the NVIDIA Inception program. Really cool. This is like an AI agent launchpad. It's a bit more, although my understanding of it is mostly like AI agent launchpad. Anything you know about FXN?
No, there's a few decent people I follow who were always talking about it, but I never personally. I probably looked at it at a high level, and but I never bought it or anything because at the time, the AI season, there were so many good, interesting AI tokens. I just chose a few and then kind of faded the rest. So
Hang on, and somebody dropped a Myriad Markets link, which I love them, so I just want to see what that is. That's what I want to send you. Hang on, yeah, that's
I've
what I
used
want to
Myriad
send you.
Markets.
It's great, isn't it?
It's yeah, it's very nice
Yep.
UI. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah. By the way, like I love everything that those guys do. The decrypt, rug radio guys. So Myriad Markets from that same family, and it's on Abstract, I think, right? So, uh,
It is, yeah, yeah. It's good to see Abstract getting some nice apps like
yeah,
Myriad and On-Chain Heroes as well. So yeah.
Abstract starting to cook, dude. XP wise had my best week on Abstract last week. You
How
can
much did you
feel
get?
momentum picking up, like six, almost 7,000.
Wow.
Um,
Okay, that is very good.
it's decent. It's decent. It's definitely picking up, but everything's picking up over there. I'm very excited for AI on Abstract, and I know it's going to cook, guys. Maybe this is where we end. But Saigar is one of the main devs behind AIXBT, and Saigar is also one of the main devs of Abstract Chain. It's just one of those things, connecting the dots, knowing that Arc is going to be building on Abstract. Knowing, after we talked to Kindred AI last week and seeing the caliber of projects on Abstract already, I think AI on Abstract is going to be, I think, a monster, dude. In fact, Kindred AI is going to have an announcement with Pudgy Penguin soon, so I think we're going to see some spicy stuff over there.
Nice. By the way, I don't think Saigar is a. I think he's an advisor for AIXBT and stuff. I don't think he's
Hmm.
actually the dev.
Okay, hang
I
on.
could be wrong, but that was my understanding. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna check.
yeah.
Saigar
I
dev.
think he's just the dev for Abstract, but not,
Interesting.
but advisor for loads of other AIs.
Okay, that would make sense too, because I know he advises on other AI projects too, like a lot. So that makes a lot of sense. I thought he was part of like building, but sometimes advising is it's part of that building process. So
Mm-hmm.
well, that's good to know. Cool. I'll dig into that after. Let me throw Confusion up on the screen because the guy's just awesome. He's somebody you definitely need to be following here. There's our boy Confusion. At Confusion on X. We'll drop it in the chat for you guys too. Boom. Again, very, very great insights from him. Especially I hate to say just meme coins because it's not just meme coins, but man, especially meme coins is mostly how you and I connected. And where I got some nice insights. I'll just put it that way. But he's knowledgeable about AI as well and NFTs. He's like very, very knowledgeable dude all around here. So yeah, give Confusion a follow here. And then we'll do the self shills, guys. Make sure you follow or subscribe to SlamX Official here on YouTube. Oh, dude, any final words? Any other things on your radar that you wanted to make sure we hit on?
No, I think we covered it all. Yeah, I think like maybe the takeaway is AVAX is like an interesting place for AI right now. And yeah, I think Hyperliquid and Abstract could be ones to watch as well. Yeah, like you
I like
said.
it.
So yeah.
That's all. I actually, you know what? If we're trying to at least share some insights during this too, or some not alpha, whatever, you get the point. Yeah, I think you're right, dude. I think AVAX paying attention to AI over there makes a ton of sense. It's a good shout. Okay, subscribe SlamX Official on YouTube. Follow Confusion. Follow SlamAI underscore XYZ. These announcements are coming, guys, really soon. Really, really, really soon. I say that too much where I almost don't want to say it, but I know they're coming soon. So follow SlamAI underscore XYZ. And the flagship AI agent, the Swarm underscore AI. I know it. AIXBT is going to love him. He's going to love him. It's going to be his best friend. You can follow me, guys, at Hudah underscore idiot. There we go. Guys, have a great afternoon. I will see you tomorrow morning on Chain Reactor, 9 a.m. Eastern Time, all the same places. And then again, right back here to round out the week, 2 p.m. Eastern Time on the Swarm Report, everything happening in AI. We'll try to keep tomorrow to 30 minutes. No promises. Anyway, have a great afternoon, guys. We'll see you.
Take it easy.